What's happening, bulls? Happy Tuesday. Hope you're staying liquid in these market conditions. Hopefully, we'll talk about the charts, then we'll flick over to a couple of interesting bits of news. So first off, we're looking at the Bitcoin chart. One candle equals 1 day. Blue bar volatility, that's been the tagline recently of what's been about to happen. It's basically a big move. The big move has begun on lower time frames. It hasn't fully kicked off yet. And that is because Bitcoin is hanging on. I'm talking about Bitcoin specifically here, okay? These altcoins are getting trashed. But if we zoom in a little bit on the Bitcoin chart, you can see here the G box, which is these yellow, red, white, and green lines, are still in play. Yep, we talked about calling the move early here with the blue bars on the lower time frames, potentially a short here. But basically, you can just draw a rectangle, and you can see that the price is still within that rectangle, although tonight could be the night. And tonight is potentially the night, or maybe it's tomorrow. According to this chart, it's usually... there you go, Wednesday. So Wednesday, but basically Tuesday in America, Wednesday here. The SP 500 chart really gets going at midnight. As you can see by the letters, the word, sorry, it says Saturday. That's where the last candle was. And then you can see Wednesday. But the ES1 somewhat fronts it. So this is the S&P 500, the top American stocks. You can see this is starting to creep up, 4 days of up, while Bitcoin, on the other hand, is basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days of down. Inversely correlated, which is strange. And we will just wait until this move really kicks going. You really just got to see what happens when this market opens, okay? So if it's like this, if the stock market does this big red candle, yeah. Yep, confirmed move to the down. But for now, some crypto like Solana, look at this. Oh my God, that is, see, blue bar, volatility contraction, massive expansion to the downside. Solana's getting wrecked. I was bullish on Solana here at this massive support. We all get it wrong. And that moves me over to people like this, for example, okay? Kaleo. This Kaleo fella, 687,000 followers. Let's have a look at one of his things. Picked up some fart coin here. It was one of the strongest coins to bounce back from previous market crashes past several months. Send it back to $1 with haste. Reclaim the support level broken earlier, and this rips. Should rip to the other side. This was all February 4th, February 3rd, and then 32 minutes ago. In retrospect, this was terrible. Rest in peace. So what I'm saying here is everybody gets it wrong. Nobody's perfect. You just got to get it more right than wrong and have bigger wins than losses, and then you're in the ballpark and you're playing. So Solana, unfortunately, just shows that it may have been pretty overvalued, and Ethereum, on the other hand, holding quite well. So Ethereum's still in this little range, this little step range that's going on right here. Call that a step range in the channel, and then a step usually continues off the step. But Solana, on the other hand, is just already dived off its step. Okay, and that's the same for a lot of these altcoins as well. So keep an eye on these. They can do what's called a welcome back, but that's bullish hopium. For now, this downtrend, this trend is absolutely down on the Solana chart, at least. Bitcoin, like I said, hanging on. We just have to see tomorrow. I said today's the day, most likely, or today's the day the window opens. But tomorrow, when this S&P chart kicks, XPX chart really kicks off, then it'll be very interesting to see what happens, which is tonight. Wednesday so tonight. So if you plan on doing an all-nighter, tonight's probably the night. Moving on, a bit of Australian news. RBA cuts interest rates to 4.1% after 13 rate hikes as it happens. So homeowners, especially people with a large portfolio, negative gearing and so forth, they would most likely be relieved and hoping that it continues to cut. The reason why I say that it most likely will continue to cut, is that if you flick over to the cash rate target, RBA, Reserve Bank of Australia cash rate, you can see here, once they start, you can get the data that goes further back, but once they start cutting, they don't really stop. If you can zoom in a little bit here, I can, but oh no, that's all right. Didn't work that well before. Here we go. So look at this, ready? Here we go. once they start cutting, they don't go up. They just keep going down, 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 and then halt. Then they had a cycle of up. So that was 94 to 95, a year of up. 96 to 98, 2 years of just down. See how they don't go down, then up, then down, then up, then down. They don't oscillate. They just go sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down, sideways, down. 3 years later. Then for a year, it's sideways up, sideways up, sideways up, sideways up. Hiking cycle finished. Cutting cycle, 2000 to 2002, 2 years of down and sideways only. And then 2002 to 2008, 6 years of up and sideways. See how there's no downs? It's just up and sideways only. And then there's just down and sideways. And then there's up and sideways. There's no up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down more, nothing like that. And then 2011 to 2021, 10 years of down, sideways. See, the whole 10 years, they never went down and then up, then down, then up, then down. You know what I'm saying, eh? You know what I'm saying, eh? And then this was, yeah, obviously COVID and all that sort of stuff when they started panicking. Oh, God, here we go. So what I was getting at is you can expect more down and sideways most likely, because history shows for the last 30 years on this chart that that's what happens. That's what happens. They go down. Once they start going down, they go down and sideways, and they continue going down and sideways. The next thing to talk about is Elon Musk finds Doge's next target, the gold reserves at Fort Knox. So Fort Knox is known to have America's gold reserves, and if you haven't been following all this crack up shit with Elon and Doge, he's basically going around and looking for any fraud, by the sounds of it, and they want to know whether there really is a gold reserve in Fort Knox. And apparently, according to Polymarket, only 9% of people. We should look that up. Hopefully, it doesn't take too long. Let's have a little look-see. Polymarket Fort Knox. Here we go. Gold missing from Fort Knox. Yes, 20. Oh, it's moving up. 20. Yep, it's been a big day. Is there gold missing from 23% chance that there is gold missing from Fort Knox, and that's moving up. And so if you could imagine, America has all these gold reserves, right? And they're meant to be sitting on it, not doing anything. That would just go against human nature, and human nature is very greedy. It's a very greedy nature, and people seeing all this money there, all this gold there, and not generating any sort of yield from it, and not being able to sell it, they'd be like, okay, well, I could maybe loan this out, or I could do this with this, or I could do that with it, leverage it somehow, and make more money off this gold that's just sitting there. So Elon's double checking whether there is actually the gold, and potentially Fort Knox may be currently scrambling to find the gold before Elon and Doge walk in there and audit it, because maybe they have to replace it. And that could be why, don't know, but that could be why gold maybe they seen it coming, eh? Maybe Fort Knox seen it coming and have basically had a bid on gold for the last 2 months. Gold has been basic. The price of gold's at all-time highs, at and around all-time highs right currently now, and they might be just pushing the price up of gold to fill up the Fort Knox reserves before Elon gets in there. So that's pretty funny. What do you think about that? Maybe you might think it's an easy bet. You might think that's an easy bet. So yeah, anyways, Bitcoin still in the range. Bitcoin's still in the range. Bullish Bitcoin's still in the range. Low, not yet lower low. Bitcoin's still in 2 week, basically more. Yeah, 2 week range. Altcoins getting fucked. Excuse the French. You got lots of coins like this. AVAX, just stepping off. Okay. Channel, range, step. A lot of the time with these steps, you'll get a swing, big head fake in the opposite direction. But this one's just, yeah, these are bad. You can get a welcome home where it does that. But that would include, for confirmation of that, you need to see these altcoins that are stepping off. It's a good way to look at these charts, look at these steps. But you can see where the volatility on the blue bar, the volatility started expanding, right? These moves have begun on a lot of these altcoins, not so much Bitcoin, but see the breakdown of this chart. See, that's a blue bar candle. Okay, now this one is it's expanding, right? So you draw a line at the breakdown point, and when and if you get a green bar closing on this same 12-hour time frame above this line, then that could potentially be a welcome back trade, double bottom put in, and bullishness. But until you get green candles closing above here, man, this expansion can go. This can go 20%. This could go to down here. So as long as that's a good invalidation point. I'm not going to say there's not going to be any wicks there and stuff like that. No stop hunting. Not saying anything like that, but I'm just saying, yeah, this is a large expansion, and it's probably on the daily chart as well. So yep, it is. So big, potentially a lot more downside unless we get a welcome back and you get a green candle above that point. So trade with that in mind. Any lower highs could potentially be a great opportunity for shorting. Talk soon. Take it easy.